Comedian/actor Bill Burr talks about playing live with Primus and Tool's Justin Chancellor last week. Comedian/actor Bill Burr has addressed his recent time on stage with members of alternative metal legends Primus and Tool. Burr, a longtime drummer, was one of a pair of guests during a performance of Too Many Puppies, from Primus' 1990 debut album, Frizzle Fry. That set took place last Wednesday, August 6th, at the Greek Theatre in Los Angeles. Burr had a bit of a safety net for the show, sharing the drumming duties on a kit of his own alongside Primus' own newest recruit, drummer John Hoffman. If sitting in with musicians the caliber of Primus wasn't nerve-wracking enough, however, Tool's acclaimed bassist Justin Chancellor also joined in alongside Primus' own inimitable bassist/vocalist Les Claypool. Fan-filmed footage of that night, which also saw spots from Tool drummer Danny Carey, South Park co-creator Matt Stone, Ty Segall, and bass virtuoso Mono Neon, is available. This report on the show. Speaking in an August 7th episode of his own Monday Morning podcast, Burr initially lamented that he wasn't able to partake in some mushrooms for the experience, before diving into his time spent on stage with the aforementioned heavy hitters. Transcribed by Thepper.com: I got to sit in on Too Many Puppies. And I can't even, I'm at the Greek, and me and my brothers, we used to jam way back in the day. We used to try and play the few songs that Primus had where Les was sort of playing a bass line that my brother could keep up with. And to just be looking up and seeing him, and then seeing Primus guitarist Larry Lalonde looking back at me, smiling and everything. And John was like beyond cool. Oh my god, he sounded amazing. And he just got a brand new orange sparkle DW kit. And I just saw that thing. I was like, dude, that is going to look fucking sick under the lights. And it did. It looked like it was glowing. And then, oh by the way, Justin Chancellor from Tool was playing bass also, and then fucking Guitar Center me was up there. But I was psyched. I fucked up some of the changes. They kind of asked me a couple weeks ago, and I thought for some reason it was the middle of August, so I was just ripe for that roast. And I was like, oh fuck, it's the next day. So I had my little drum chart, and I went and I sat down and I put it down upside down. And then I had in-ears, which I never used. And they were working of course until I sat down. And then they weren't, that I could still hear the band, but I was just going, what the fuck? So I messed up a couple of changes. But in the end, those 16th note triplets, there's like 4 fills. I played the first and the third, and John murdered the second and the fourth. But I did the 16th note triple thing, then just played like a quad thing. I stayed in my wheelhouse. But it sounded, I think I pulled it off. But my favorite part was when I went out to the crowd after, and I went with my lovely wife, and she didn't know anything about Primus. And as we were walking in, running into people, hey man, how you doing? And she was trying to get a read on what a Primus fan is. Primus fans are everywhere from like Grateful Deadish to like jocks to like introverts to outgoing people. It's just a wide mass of people that don't look like they should be together, but they do. There's some sort of through line that you can't quite put your finger on for a Primus F, and so when I went out to the crowd and I sat with my wife, she had this look on her face. She was going like, these guys are great. I like this. This is sort of funky. I go, it's kind of like Rush meets Conspiracy Theory meets like Bootsy Collins. I don't know how to like describe it, but it's fucking awesome. And the end of the concert, when I saw my wife chanting Primus sucks, I was telling Les afterward, I go, that was the music equivalent of if my wife actually sat down and watched a sporting event with me and high-fived me in the end. So I got to do that. And then today I'm sitting in with somebody else at like, sort of like a Guitar Center thing, which is where I belong, which is cool. And then that's the end of my 3 night in a row, getting outside of my comfort zone.